Yo, good morning, everyone. Hey, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to another brand new week. I hope you had a great weekend. And before I take your time, let me start by welcoming everybody to Up and Arit with Paul Gambuel. If you've been following the video, you know we started looking at February where we started looking at leadership, right? So last week on Monday, we looked at the definition of leadership and what leadership is not. So let's just go back a quick reminder. The definition that we came up with as leadership is a process of social influence which maximizes the effort of others towards the achievement of a goal. And we also looked at what leadership is not. And we agreed that leadership is not management. Leadership has nothing to do with your personal attributes. And leadership is not seniority, one's position in the hierarchy, and leadership is not really by title. So before we really dig deeper into the month of February where we're going to finish it up with leadership, we need to attack something. Let's attack the elephant in the room. This is something that every leader out there, regardless of who you are and who you're leading, we all as leaders have something we call unconscious biases. So you're sitting there saying, what the heck is that? Or what does that even mean, right? I'm glad you asked. So unconscious biases is an unsupported judgment in favor or against others. So it's an unsupportive judgment in favor or against others. So some of us sometimes it's something that you have as a leader, but you don't even know that you have it. You might just have a likeness for some certain group of people. Let's just break it down. Let's say you're a leader, but you would rather work alongside millennials. Yeah, like sometimes you look at it, you say, okay, you know what? We jump into conclusion without knowing that we're even doing it. Oh, that guy is 60 years old. He's not going to be, computer savvy. He's not going to know how to operate a computer. If I hire him, he can't do the job. Rather, we want to look at, a 20 years, 25 or 30 years old thinking that those are the best people for the job, or those are the best people that we need to surround ourselves with. So unconsciously, you're already making a decision. Sometimes we even get into conclusion before even knowing the person, personally, qualification, and all those good stuff. So we're going to be looking at that today. So, like I said, every leader out there have this issue. But it's an issue that you can work towards and you can help yourself to get out of it and start identifying, those biases that you develop unconsciously. So to help you get out of this unconscious bias as a leader, when we talk about leader, we're looking at, unconscious bias in a settings where, it can be a political, appointee, a political office holder, a CEO, a manager, even at your house. You are a leader and you have that unconscious bias. As a coach, you have that. You have some people on the team that are just your favorite and nothing they do is wrong. Why if others do or just do a little bit, you will go crazy at them. So to get out of unconscious bias, we looked at, so you have to ask yourself, how does this person remind me of myself or someone that I know? So sometimes because the person reminds you of something that you've been through or someone that you know or yourself, you tend to go with the person. You're already developing that unconscious biases towards that person. So what about the person that doesn't remind you of yourself or somebody else that is actually a qualified candidate? What about this person or experiences are influencing my expression of them? So that's the question that you have to ask yourself as a leader. What about this person, experiences, or the person itself, or or what the person present on the table is influencing your impression of them? Is that experience or the person itself allowing you or making you to make a decision where you go with the person, or is that experience is making you make helping you to make a decision where you're like, no, I don't want to go with this person. So what assessment I have already made about this person, are they on facts or impressions? So you have to ask yourself the question, we develop this, assessment before even meeting the person. We develop this, how do I put it? We develop this premeditated notion about the person before you even meet the person. So those notions or those expression or those assessment that you've made about the person, are they based on fact or based on your impression? So you want to make sure they are based on fact. And in a lot of cases, I would tell you they're really not based on fact. So before I end the video, let me give you a quick tip of how to counter your biases. One, you have to address the biases when you see it. You have to address it when you see it. Two, you have to be able to develop that means of interacting with everybody. Because by interacting with everybody, you will be able to know each and every person's capability and how much you can tap from them and how much you can put on them. Also try sometimes to flip the script. So is this person just like me? Is that the reason why I like the person? Or is that the reason why I'm hiring the person? Or is that the reason why I'm bringing the person on my team? Then you ask yourself the question, what about if the person is not like me? What will have happened? Then the last one is question your assumption. Question your assumption. So I know we're trying to round this up real quick, but I hope you can go back and watch this video and pick out some points, because if you do not tackle your unconscious bias as a leader, you will have a lot of issues. You will run into a lot of developmental issues where you will be pushing everything towards one side of the team while the other team is suffering because your unconscious bias is not allowing you to see everybody's talent and what they bring to the table. So I hope this actually, teach you something. Hang in with us, and we will be coming back again next Monday to continue with our topic leadership. I love you guys, and be safe out there. One love.